Alex Hansery here, coming to you from Adams State Theater, where I am currently illegally camping without a permit inside. It's cool. Just don't tell Colleen Romero. Okay, so the timing of this publishing of my arrest record, whether it was Costilla County themselves, code enforcement officers with a resentment, with a hard-on for me, or whether it was someone else, the timing of it came very close within hours of John Spoonius releasing the unseen footage of Neale Taylor's arrest. From what I heard, Neale was being charged with disorderly conduct. You may have seen the video Chaos Erupts outside Costilla County, September 15, 2015. Rick Rodriguez and other officers, Andrew Espinoza, shoving people down the street, threatening them with arrest if they didn't move. What you didn't see was why Neale was arrested. Neale Taylor was arrested for saying, "fuck you," to Costilla County police officers. Rick Rodriguez said, "You want to go to jail?" And Neale said in a sarcastic tone, you know, whatever, sure, go ahead. And sure enough, he arrested him. You can hear Cruz Soto yelling twice in a authoritative command, "Turn around, turn around." Neale claims that Cruz twisted his arm to a point that it caused an injury. So from what I heard, he's not being charged by the court system. The county may want to appeal the judge's decision to not convict or try Neale Taylor. So, you know, my involvement with exposing that day is a part of it. It's a part of why the county's angry. You know, people could say all they want about, you know, don't live here, don't, you know, this land belongs to us, it's all stolen land. It's another to push people down the street saying free speech doesn't exist here, move along or be arrested. That's violating the U.S. Constitution. That was documented on video, and people saw that around the nation. And we still need to see legal recourse. We still need to see the higher courts intervene in Costilla County. We need to see that happen. We have not won anything until higher courts are involved in Costilla County. As long as we're going to be a society of laws and rules and regulations, checks and balances, supposedly, then we need to see accountability come to Costilla County. They want to intimidate me. They want to turn people against me. And not just the officers. I mean, we're talking about locals that generally don't want the newcomers here. Now, I'm going to call them out on their immorality. You don't threaten people 30-06s. You don't do those things. You don't lie against your neighbor, commit the ultimate sin, accuse everybody of being a grower of marijuana or a water thief. I mean, that's just sick. That's just sick. So, the video has been released by John Spoonius. I'm going to mirror it. You're going to see the angle that you didn't see before. It's less than a minute. But it shows you how quickly they arrested Neale Taylor and violated his rights. And he was released soon afterwards. According to Neale, he was threatened. They said, if anything happens to us, we're going to charge you with a felony. Since that video came out, do you think the video documentation brought legal representation to Neale Taylor? No. Most lawyers want a hefty retainer before they get involved in a court case. They want to get paid. ACLU, not really interested. They're interested, I think, if it's a political issue and they can make this Democrats versus Republicans. You know, Obama this, Obama that. You know, the ACLU has done some good stuff. Maybe there's just not enough people calling. But see, this is really important that people understand that if you let a county get away with criminal actions in broad daylight, it can be YouTubed and they can target the YouTuber, they're going to keep moving and doing more and more and more. So unless people actually stand up and do the right thing, you know, it's like we're going back into the Middle Ages. Now, speaking of that, it's ironic, I feel, that Darrell Carter, who talks about the Cathars and Gnostic knowledge and information from the Middle Ages, he talks about his ancestors being Cathars. He definitely has a spirit of a mystic. That's one thing similar between Darrell and I. It's in our ancestry to want to know the truth about certain things, to question things, to look into the stars, to gaze into the water. And not all of our family members are like us, but if we go back hundreds of years to thousands of years, we can see people like us. And I can see my ancestor in me, and me in him in some ways, who ironically went off into exile at the age of 35 because he was not down with radical Islam. Sufis are like Gnostics, or for those of you that don't even know those terms, you know, some people could say metaphysical people, or, you know, I don't like the New Age term, but spiritual, not religious. And so Darrell Carter is a 65-year-old man. He's a disabled Vietnam veteran, okay? And because I was doing YouTube videos up there, they found me, and they want to go after his cabin. I mean, really, they might even want to have his cabin dismantled or burned down because of what they've done to other properties. It's not outside the realm of possibility. So we need to get the word out, keep getting the word out that this is happening and this is not being addressed. Darrell could use professional legal support. You, the audience, can help get the word out. Go to my videos, look at some of my recent videos, and see the videos with Darrell Carter. There's 2 of them, actually 3. The third one is only in a minute, and we actually show the cute little cabin from the outside because it's not 600 square feet. These are whole new land use code change proposals. Now the 600 square feet requirement may already be in. The point is, that's a 1999 building. They never had any problem with it until Alex Ansary was on the property. And now they want to go after an old man who's already been hospitalized multiple times. Do you understand at this point, this is like, if people don't understand that this is serious, that this is an old man, if your brain's so rotted from the trauma of this world that you can't help Darrell Carter, then stop watching now because you're learning nothing from this channel. When people see an injustice take place, when people see old men, women, and children literally kicked off their property illegally, when we see goons and thugs stalk people and try to destroy lives and defame people, you know, and act like gangsters, what kind of a society are we if we don't talk about it or let the press know or contact the media? How many people have actually contacted the media that watch this channel that appreciate the Man on the Mountain series? How many people that watch this channel contacted NBC? How many people that watch this channel contacted ABC? How many people that watch this channel contacted a veterans organization? How many people that watch this channel contacted the ACLU? Darrell Carter has been given notice to get off his property. And I think that some people have been taught, you know, what's the point? Why try to help anyone anymore? It's such a cold world. Why don't we become cold as well? That doesn't help things, folks. By helping other people, we help ourselves. That's the point of sharing the story about Darrell Carter. It's not about me or whether you like me or not. You know, I want to speak to the conscience of those that are watching this that don't like me, that are locals. How could you do this to an old man just because he's white? You know that's what this is about. Don't even act like that's not what this is. That is demented. So how do you want people to treat you in your last days, on your dying bed? You want people to literally come up and spit on you because you're an old Hispanic person living in, you know, 2030 or 2040 or whatever kind of nightmarish futurist world we're living in. And we do live in a day and age where people do not respect the elderly. All this is with a young man and woman by the name of Colin Romero and Cruz Soto going up on a mountain and showing their balls, showing that they have authority, proving themselves. How is that human? How is that not demon possessed? When you drive up on a mountain and you target someone, a man that spent $30,000 on his property, he's actually gonna hopefully have it all paid off very soon. He's invested a lot more into his land than other people have. A lot of people don't know that. Darrell does not have cheap land on the prairie. Darrell has prime land up in the mountains. And he called that his spiritual temple or a spiritual center. That's probably one of the most peaceful places that Darrell has ever lived in his life. And he has to go now because Costilla County targeted that residence because I was there. Don't you find it ironic that Darrell's talking about the archons and he's talking about spiritual warfare. And don't you find it ironic that he's friends with Neale and Penny Taylor, who have become, like, you know, enemy number one to Costilla County? They're making an example out of Neale, making an example out of Penny. She still has her court case. We helped them get their stuff off their land. Their neighbor, Tim Leggett, sued them. I wonder if Tim Leggett has any association with Louis Bacon. I wonder just how many people I've pissed off with my coverage of Costilla County. Well, that's all the thoughts for now. I'm Alex Hansery signing off from Alamosa, Colorado. See you again soon.